Church announcements, and this week we are talking about pay transparency. A couple weeks ago, I was speaking at an event in California, and a question came up about pay transparency in California. And then, not even a week later, someone sent me an article about pay transparency laws in New York. And so, I wanted to talk to you about it a little bit because this stuff makes me so excited, right? So, what do I think about it? I think it's good. I think that in essence, it gives people, employees, the information that they often need to decide whether or not that particular job and its salary is going to fit two things. Number one, the career trajectory that you want, and also your cost of your lifestyle. We got to live. Because hiring is such a long process, I think the way that we can kind of make the best of that, both for employer and employee, is equipping people with the information to make the decision for themselves. One of my pet peeves are job descriptions with no salary range. How am I supposed to know whether I can pay my bills if I get this job? And why should I wait until round 2, 3, 4? It irritates me. So overall, I think that pay transparency is really good. I think it will also help to keep employers within a good band. And some of the things that we saw in early 22, late 21, of new employees making exorbitant salaries over existing employees that had been doing the same work before a longer period of time, I think it's going to keep some of that in check. But don't get excited because companies are already figuring out how to bastardize the system by including ranges that are so broad that it gives them still a lot of negotiating wiggle room. As a coach, here would be my recommendation to you: go high. Start high. If they put a range of $50,000 to $100,000, then $100,000 should be your starting point for negotiation. Remember that compensation comes in many different forms, and what we're talking about in this particular piece is just pay, but you can certainly negotiate other things that makes the value of your entire package top notch. So yes, I think that pay transparency laws are great. I wish we didn't need them. I wish that employers would just go ahead and do this. I think that if you are an employer and you are listing a job description, you should absolutely include that without any legal requirement. Ultimately, it will improve your recruitment process. It will equip employees or potential candidates to be able to determine if this is a role and pay that fits their lifestyle and career trajectory. And finally, I think it helps us to have a great starting point of conversation for the negotiation. I'm interested to hear from you. What are your thoughts about pay transparency? What state are you in? And does your state have transparency laws? Let's start the conversation in the comments.